Hi everyone, it's Ronita Baird and welcome to Angel Talk Thursday for this Thursday, October the 4th. So tonight we're going to be talking about hard times. But before I get into hard times, there's a couple of things that I want to talk about. So first of all, the energy this past week, this past 7 days, has been quite intense. It seems like an extended full moon and solstice, fall solstice energy just being amplified. So for a lot of people, they've had a lot of sleep disturbances, a lot of emotional upsets, and a lot of feelings of anxiety. So be aware of that. So if you're experiencing that, you're not alone. Follow the energy in the highly sensitive person tips that you will find on my website, RonitaBairdPEI.com, under Ronita's blog. Sea salt baths, Bach flower remedy, making sure you're fully hydrated, and all of those great tips just lie at your fingertips, just at my website. So make sure that you go over and check that out and help yourself and encourage yourself to get through this energy, because it's not going to last much longer. Once we get into the middle of the month of October, it's going to be a lot lighter and gentler for a lot of folks. Okay, I also want to start by pulling an angel card for everybody here tonight. So tonight I'm being guided to use the Archangel Gabriel Oracle card deck, and I really love this deck. Archangel Gabriel is a wonderful archangel, just a beautiful energy, works with parents to become better parents to their children, helps young couples to conceive a child, Archangel Gabriel helps you to communicate clearly so that your words won't be misconstrued or misunderstood by anyone. And Archangel Gabriel works with teachers and authors. So Archangel Gabriel has this wonderful host of things that working with their energy can really help people with. So keep that in mind, and maybe you'll be guided to call on the Archangel Gabriel this week in your thoughts and your prayers to help you. So to start this week, Archangel Gabriel has a message for everyone. And the message is vulnerability. And I've never pulled that card before. So this is a new one for everybody and for myself. So vulnerability. Listen to your vulnerable feelings as they contain wisdom and inspiration, and then pray for strength to focus on your priorities no matter what. And the angels are saying that this card actually leads us into tonight's topic, which is hard times or challenging times in our life. Because the one time in our life that we feel vulnerable, and vulnerability comes from stepping out of the feeling of being in control. It's bringing us outside of our comfort zone. It's shifting and changing what we perceive to be our path as being actually different. And that can shake a lot of people up inside and leave them feeling very vulnerable. So the angels are saying, listen to those feelings, listen to the vulnerability, and listen to the words of wisdom and inspiration that come from within that energy, and then pray for strength to focus on your priorities. So in other words, focusing on the priorities means what's really important here, what's really important in life for both you and your family members and this situation. What can you, in other words, categorize everything. What can you take and what can you not take? And then recognize it. So Archangel Gabriel will help you cope with that and help you to strategize to move forward to your next step if you're feeling vulnerable. Especially with this energy lately. It's just kind of been rearing its ugly little head and bringing a lot of things that we've been keeping suppressed within us to the surface and helping us to let it go. So know that Archangel Gabriel is encouraging you to let things go, and as well to work with you to give you guidance through that, through connecting through your prayers and your thoughts. Okay, so now we're going to get down to tonight's topic on hard times. So number one, so Whenever we go through, whenever hard times hit, and by hard times I mean challenging times, those situations or events that occur in our life that just kind of shake and rattle us from within and leave us feeling vulnerable. So number one, the angels say, is to recognize that you're not alone. So never in this world has anything happened to just one person. At some point in time, there has been someone else that has experienced what you're experiencing. You're not alone. So recognize that. And as well, the angels are saying that when you realize that you're not the only person that's ever experienced this in your life, it gives you a newfound hope. Because the thing is, people have been experiencing situations just like the situation you're experiencing for eons. And they've lived to tell the tale, so that's a good sign. The other thing we need to recognize is that don't shut other people out. So oftentimes when we feel vulnerable, we want to go into a closet and shut the door, or we want to be put into a coma for the next 6 months and come out the other side and have everything already be resolved for us. But that's not what life is about. And recognize that it's okay to reach out to other people. And there are lots of resources out there today. We're living in a wonderful time when there are so many resources available to us, including the internet, which is right at our fingertips, to help us to read someone else's challenges that they've experienced. Because people are now writing about their experiences so that you can actually learn and grow from that. So if perhaps you're a parent that has a child that is going through chemotherapy because they've had a cancer diagnosis, if that is the case, there are other parents out there that have experienced this as well, and they've written about it. So go online and research and check things out. And that's just one example, just to help you and guide you, so that you know that once you read what someone else has gone through and you see the coping strategies that they set in place for themselves, it'll give you a renewed hope and understanding. So know that no one experience is ever happening to just one person. Someone else has always gone through it before you. They're going through it at the same time as you, and someone else in the future is going to go through it. So just realize that. The next thing that we need to recognize and realize is that oftentimes when the challenging situation arrives, we go right in our head, right into our emotions. And that's when the ego rears its ugly little head. And the ego is that part of ourself that goes right into the emotional drama and the boo-hoos and the why-me's and how come this. And it's all emotional attack on ourselves. And man, that can hit you like a truck. And the thing that we need to realize is that once you recognize it's all of these thoughts, like, have you ever heard people talk about this dark cloud over my head? That's your emotions. It's simply manifesting itself as something outside of yourself. That dark cloud is your thought. It's your emotions. And same thing with the heaviness on your shoulders. That's another way people will describe their own emotions as attacking them. So you need to realize that you need to get out of your head. You need to get out of that emotional state, and you need to get out of your ego, because whatever term you want to call it, it's all the same thing. And essentially what you need to do is just take that whole part of your body and just set it to the side. And then you can start to focus on reality, what's right here, right now, in front of you. And that's all you have to worry about. Not the what ifs, not the whys, not the hows. And I have a great blog, which is angel guided, on my website about why me. So go to my website, RonitaBairdPEI.com, and check out Ronita's blog, the one that's called Why Me. And that will help to give you a little bit of a starting point as to recognize that emotional part of us, that's not going to serve you. That's going to take you right out of peace. It's going to take you right out of focus, and it's just going to get that big black cloud over your head, and it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and just thicker, and it's going to start to cover your family and your friends and everybody that you have any contact with. And that's just, you don't want that for yourself or anybody in your family, do you? So the next thing the angels say is that we need to recognize that when these things happen to us, we need to view them as a challenge that we can handle. We need to make a clear, conscious decision that you can handle this, and you will handle it. Anything else is just not going to serve you or the situation in any way, shape, or form. Essentially, all of us are here to learn and grow. And we're here to learn and grow and learn about ourselves. And the only way we're going to learn is through these challenges and through these situations. The next thing the angels want to talk to you about is, number one, get into gratitude. So when you wake up in the morning, if you wake up in the morning, let me rephrase that. When you wake up in the morning, be grateful because you woke up and somebody else didn't. If you're breathing fresh, clean air, that's gratitude because there's somebody out there that's struggling to take a breath today. If you have fresh, clean drinking water coming from your tap, that's gratitude. Be grateful for that because there's someone out there that has to walk miles just to get enough water for their family to drink for the day. And you just have to walk to your tap. And the fact that you're able to walk. So the little things, start your day with gratitude. Thank you God, whatever your belief system is, because whether you use the word God, source, universe, love and light, spirit, whatever your belief system, you start your day with a strong affirmation and prayer of thanks and gratitude for everything that you have in your life. And as soon as you start to do that for yourself, you will become empowered and you will start to feel better. And mind you, it does take a while because you're going to have good days and bad days. That's okay. Be patient with yourself. But one day at a time, just with that little prayer of gratitude, thank you for. Okay? Another thing the angels want to say is to ask for help. It takes a strong person to ask for help. It takes an even stronger person to accept it. But you can do that. If you're watching this video, you are that person of strength. So when times get challenging, you ask for help, and then you accept the help when it's brought to you, because one day you're going to be that person that's going to be able to help someone else. So we encourage you to ask and accept your help for help. The last thing that the angels want to tell you about challenging times or hard times in life is that the one thing that you can actually look forward to is that it is not permanent. Any challenge that you're going through, the hard times, they are 99.9% of the time non-permanent. It's a non-permanent state. The storm will come to an end, the clouds will dissipate, the sun will come out again, and you will be gifted with a newfound sense of strength. You will be shown who your friends really are, and by the way, who they aren't, and that's okay. If some people aren't, what a wonderful gift to learn during the challenging times who your friends really are and who they aren't, because that way you don't have to go through another experience with them and realize that they're not really your friend. So God's giving you this gift to recognize these are my friends and these are not. Thank you. Isn't that just a wonderful way to find out? So you can easily know from this point on and not have anyone be false to face with you. Okay? So no storm lasts forever, and that's the one thing that you can recognize. And then, of course, make sure you call on your angels. So angels are divine beings that have never lived in human form before. They are powerful, and they can help us out in so many wonderful ways. So call on your angel and ask them for help, and tell them exactly what it is that you need, whether it be big or small. It doesn't matter, because your angels are there to help you. They only want to see you be fulfilled in this lifetime. They only want to see you peaceful, happy, healthy, and healing. So make sure that you call in your angels when you're going through challenging times. And if you know someone that is going through a challenging time, redirect them to this video and my website and my blog. Okay? All right, so now we're going to switch gears, and we're going to go into the message segment of my weekly Angel Talk Thursday. I look forward to this, and every week I look forward to this, connecting with people across PEI in the Maritimes and beyond, because sometimes we get people popping on from Western Canada and sometimes from the United States as well, which is wonderful. If this is your first time, welcome. If you're returning, I'm really glad to see you back here again today. So anyway, before we get going with the messages, if you have any questions about anything or anything that I've done in the past, any Angel Talk Thursdays, go ahead and put it out there. I love questions. If you want an angel card, I'll pull an angel card for you. If you have a question for your angels, I'll ask the angels. If you would like a message from the deceased loved one, I ask for their first name and their relationship to you. And of course, not everyone can get a reading, and we only have 30 minutes left in this segment. But I do offer one-to-one for in-person or video or telephone readings on a weekly basis, and you are more than welcome to gift yourself with some time with your loved ones in heaven or some healing. Okay? So, and I'll direct you to my website, RonitaBairdPEI.com, under the services. All right, so let's get on with the show tonight. So let us see here. So I'm going to, all right. So Rhonda Casey is wanting a message from her grandmother, Mary. Okay, so when I connect with Mary, I feel a very bubbly personality. I feel like I'm really jolly. I feel like when I was alive, I had the womanly body, she says, and I feel like she spent a lot of time in the garden, whether it be flowers, vegetables, but I feel like that was one of her wants and things that she loved to do in life. She's kind of singing to me a little chant. So that just goes to show that when she was alive, she was very jolly and happy, because I feel like she's telling me that she loved to chant and sing whenever she did her work, went about her daily chores, because that just kind of lifted her up and made her feel really good inside. She tells me that at the end it wasn't good, it wasn't nice for her, and she didn't really enjoy that. I feel like there was an illness that came upon her, an illness something like cancer. And I also feel her telling me to tell you that you're just the most beautiful granddaughter and grandbaby that a grandmother could ever possibly have. She adored you to no end, she says, and she says, I still do, because I watch over you. She says to watch for the butterflies, because that's how she's coming to you. And she even tells me that not just a real butterfly, but sometimes butterflies will be brought to you from her and through her via a birthday card or a greeting card or a thank you card at some point. So watch for the butterflies, because they can appear in a multitude of ways, okay? And she's telling me that she's very grateful for you in a lot of ways as well. And she also says to tell you that you're true blue, which means that you're a person of great strength, You're a person of truth, and honesty, and integrity. And she says that she really hopes that you will maintain that for the rest of your days, because she says your journey is just starting and you have a long road ahead of you. She's saying that you're going to have a blessed life, which means you're going to get to grow old and see your children's children have children, and so on. Okay, so I will leave you with that. All right, Karen Diego, wondering if you have any messages for me tonight. I will pull a card for you. So I'm being guided to go to Saints and Angels Oracle card deck. If I can find it in my pile of cards. Here it is, right here. So the Saints and Angels Oracle card deck is what I'm being guided to use for you, Karen. Okay, so I'm going to ask for a message to help you on your path and your journey. You're discovering a lot about yourself these days, the angels are saying. So that means you're going through some shifts and changes. You're kind of like starting to look within yourself. And the angels are saying you're finding some hope. And they're putting hope in your heart. They're telling me to tell you. So, and they're saying that they're whispering to you as well. So listen to their guidance, because they're around you. The guardian angels are around you a lot and sending you guidance through your thoughts. Okay, so the card deck's taking a while. Oh, there it is. It's taking a while for the card to come out for you, but no, it isn't. Okay. Oh, look at this. Wise decision. Oh, isn't that awesome? So, wise decision comes forward when you have made the right choice, the right decision, that you're using that by connecting with your inner self and by allowing yourself to connect with your guardian angels, you've made a wise choice. So I don't know what it is that you decided that you're going to do, but the angels are just verifying that you have made a wise choice, and they're going to support you in many, many ways, and for many, many years to come, they say. So I'll leave you with that. Okay, let's see here. Carmen Martin Coleman. Hi, Carmen. So I'm going to pull an angel card for you from the same deck, the Saints and Angels Oracle card deck. Oh, here we go. That one came right out just for, oh my God, Carmen, you won't believe this. You know, it's the same card that I just pulled for Karen, the wise decision. You know, it's the funniest thing, because what I find is, because I usually sit with multiple clients on a weekly basis, and during the week of readings from Monday to Friday, a lot of the same cards will pop out for people, because things seem to go cyclically, and the energy seems to be similar for a lot of people. So what the angels are saying is that you have made a wise choice, a wise decision. The angels are saying that your plan, what your plan is as compared to Karen. So Karen made a wise decision, and the angels just wanted to tell her that, because a lot of times after we make decisions, we second guess ourselves, and they didn't want her to do that. But with you, Carmen, they're talking to you about setting things up for the future, because they're saying you're making some wise decisions and wise choices now, because you're laying the foundation for what's to come, because you're working on something towards your future goals, and they're saying that you're making wise decisions and wise choices about that. So they're saying sometimes you get a little bit in your head and you kind of get emotional about, well, what if, and you know, why, and how about this, maybe this isn't going to work. And they're saying don't step into that at all, because they're saying that by you stopping, connecting with your heart and connecting with your higher self, and through prayer, connecting with your angels, you're actually asking for the right things, and the angels will do nothing but make sure everything works out for the highest and best for you. Okay, so I'll leave you with that. Kathleen McCormick, any light at the end of the tunnel could really use some guidance. Okay, so Kathleen, for specific guidance and healing, I really feel that guided to say that you really need to book a private session to really come in, and we can really look at some concrete ways as to what you can do to help yourself and to achieve your goals and more peace, and also to receive a little bit of healing from within as well, to kind of really set things straight for yourself. But for tonight, we're going to pull a card for you, okay? Because, and if you didn't hear the angel guided talk about challenging times, re-listen to this and listen to some of the guidance that the angels have channeled through me to you, so that you will recognize and understand that there always is a light at the end of the tunnel. A lot of times the angels are saying, and they're telling me to tell you this, is that we set expectations out in front of us that life should be like this. And we don't allow room for deviation at all in our thoughts. And that is getting in our head. That's the ego rearing itself into our life, that, you know, thinks it just has to be a certain way. But what the angels are saying is that everything is always working out for your highest and best. Sometimes the storms come through because they're supposed to come through. We're supposed to learn and grow as a result of those, but there will always be a light at the end of the tunnel. It's just getting there, and sometimes we need help getting there. So perhaps you do need to look into gifting yourself with a private session. Okay, so the card that's come forward for you is animals, but I say to people, don't look at the words on the card, because it's not always about the words. Sometimes people go right to reading the words and they just stop listening to the message. So I'm not going to show you this card until the end, okay? All right. So what this card is this is the card of Saint Francis of Assisi. Now, for anyone who has a Christian background, Saint Francis of Assisi is the patron saint of peacefulness. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Are you familiar with that phrase, that song? It's been turned into hymns, but it's also a beautiful prayer. Look it up so that you have a chance, okay? So what the angels are saying is that we are helping you, Coach Kathleen. We are around you. Even if you haven't perceived our presence, we're with you right now in this moment. We're helping you to bring peace into your life, and peace will return to your life. Call on us for guidance, call on us for support, and we will be with you, guiding you. So please look up the prayer of St. Francis. I'll show it to you now. Also, what the angels are saying by bringing this card forward, I'm also being drawn to the animals, that animals help us cope. They're like a source of comfort, and our animals will often take on our anxieties, our fears, our anxiousness. And we need to recognize that, because we don't want to be, animals are so loving and they don't have ego, and they're such a healing companion for anyone. So, but we need to recognize that their health depends on our health. So if we're not coping well, they're going to be absorbing that from us. So recognizing and saying the St. Francis of Assisi prayer would be very, very beneficial for you. And call on St. Francis to be with you, to bring you more peace in your life every day. And I will leave you with that. Okay, Teresa Rankin, I still have no job. Worked for a few days in a temp position and money is low. Can you choose a card? I would love to choose a card for you. Teresa, what I'm going to say for you right off the bat is to say this prayer every morning. So, and listen to what I said at the beginning of this, that you need to start every day with gratitude. So even if it's just you wake up in the morning, thank you, God, for allowing me the gift of another day in this world. If you can walk to your sink to get a glass of water, thank you for the gift of walking. Thank you for the gift of a glass of water. And to recognize that you're not the only person going through this. You haven't been the only person. There's someone else going through this with you at the same time. If you happen to be without a job right now and going through what Teresa's going through, know and recognize that I'm sending angels to anyone and everyone that is in need of a job to help you to discover and to find the job that is perfect fit for you now. So let's pull an angel card for you. And for that, I'm being guided to use the Angels of Abundance Oracle card deck. So I just have to, just give me a second because it's under my files. So I have to get it right here. And I love this deck, Angels of Abundance. See that? So you can call on the Angels of Abundance every day. So the prayer that I say every day is, thank you, God and heavenly angels, for the infinite abundance that flows freely and easily into mine and my family's lives daily, both financial and otherwise, from expected and unexpected sources. When this video stops, go back to this point and rewind it, and then write that down, Teresa. And every morning you wake up, you say that to yourself, okay? And only you're going to say thank you for the job that provides, okay? All right, so here is the Angels of Abundance Oracle card deck. So let's see what they want to say to you. Okay. Okay, all right. So the card looks like this, and because people go right to the words, I'm going to pull it away and just read to you and just channel the message here. So this talks about donations and charitable work. Give joyfully to the organizations and people who spiritually support and inspire you, and know that your generosity will be returned to you manyfold in miraculous ways. The time, supplies, money, and other resources you donate will ensure that your positive energy multiplies. This card is asking you to declutter your home. In order to bring in the new and in order to bring in abundance, we need to clear out the clutter in our lives, because clutter breeds low vibrational energy. It blocks abundance. It blocks us in so many ways. And I can't tell you how important this is. The angels have been at me. I declutter my house 3 to 4 times a year. And the angels have been really on me for the month of September. So they say to me every day, Ronita, just do one cupboard or just do one drawer. Just open it and pull a few things out and then donate it. And that's what the angels are asking you to do. It will shift and change you and your life energetically. So you do that. When this video is over, you get right at that, and I will ask the angels to guide you in doing so. So there's a red bin at every corner across Charlottetown, Montague, Summerside, wherever you're from. There's a red bin at every corner for donations, and it will clear up the energy around you and help you become unstuck. Because right now, when I connect with your energy, I have this vision of my feet stuck in cement. So that means get rid of your clutter and your life will change. Okay, you go, girl. You got this, okay? You got this, Teresa. You are powerful and you can do this. I'll be sending you some extra prayers tonight and this week coming, okay? All right, I'll leave you with that. Okay. Let's see. Okay. 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 Ebony Clow is watching with her mom, Tracy, and they're wondering if they could get a message from their sister and daughter, Tara. Okay, let's do that. Okay, Ebony, so this is your sister and mom's, okay. The first thing that I feel when I connect with Tara is just this, I see beautiful golden light and golden energy coming towards me. I feel like this is a spirit that is so highly evolved. And when I connect with a highly evolved spirit, they're usually someone that's had a very short life. When The people that leave this planet or leave this life at a young age are usually highly evolved spiritually. In other words, they've learned everything that there is to learn. They've learned about grace, they've learned about peace, they've learned about forgiveness, they've learned to be happy and joyful. And this is what I'm picking up on with Tara as soon as I connect with her, because the gold light that's surrounding her is beautiful. So what she's saying to tell you both is that when you close your eyes and you see circles of gold light, she is actually really close to you in that moment. So you know how sometimes you close your eyes, you know, like you look into like a bright light and then you close your eyes and then you have multicolored orbs like in your inner vision? Well, it's a little bit different when spirit's around you, because she says to say that she's a golden orb. So when you close your eyes and you get those golden flecks of light coming at you, that's because Tara is really, really close to you. I know that the month of June is really important because I have to talk about the purple flowers, and I feel like I'm being drawn to the lilacs and the ones that grow in the ditch here in PEI, lupins. I feel like I'm being drawn to that, so I know that the month of June is really important. I know that the 17th or the 18th of the month is also really important, and I also know that the 21st is really important, that I have to say as well. So sometimes when Spirit gives me an actual date, it could be of any month, and it could be actually plus or minus a day, because when we go to Spirit, we don't measure time like we do anymore. I know I have to give big bear hugs to Dad, and I know I have to give, and she just keeps blowing kisses to both of you. I also see a little cupcake with a birthday candle in it, and I know I have to say a happy birthday to somebody. Usually when it's a cupcake with a candle in it, it's directed to a younger generation birthday. Okay, just so that you're aware of that. Okay. She also makes me aware of a book with words, and there's like a phrase that's taken out of that book, and somebody used it, she says, to say to you guys. So this is like evidential things that she's telling me and making me aware of. So sometimes, so those words were taken, and I feel like somebody used them to put writing on themselves in memory of her. So do you understand that? Well, yes, you do. Of course you do. Okay. Okay, I also see the double heart symbol, and it's a huge double heart symbol, and I know that's a happy anniversary card from heaven, and it's a really big one, so I know the anniversary is a really big one, like it's like over 20 years that I'm recognizing. She tells me that she's not alone, because I feel there's a female figure with her. It's a grandmother, great-grandmother figure, because she is not alone, she tells me to tell you. And she also talks about her passing being quite sudden and tragic. And I affected many people, but she said, you know, she said, my passing, she said, I wouldn't have wanted to take anybody else with me. And it's also very important, she says, that I recognize all of the people that mourned me, because there were many people that mourned me, and it made my life worthwhile. She says to look up into the sky and look for the rainbows, because she is like a rainbow watching over all of her family, and she's sending you so much love right in this moment. I'm starting to tear up as I talk, because I feel the love that she's pouring through my heart into yours. If you could just feel this for a moment, it's absolutely breathtaking. It's taking my breath away a little bit. And the one guidance that she wants to leave you both with is that life is too important and too short not to gift yourself with peace. Her one wish is that both of you gift yourself with peace. And I'll leave you with that. Okay, let's see. All right. Back into my list. Let me see here. Lynn McMullen Robley, I would love a message. Sure, Lynn. I'm just quieting my mind to ask, oh, Archangel Michael wants to give you a message. Okay, let's see here what Archangel Michael has to say to you tonight. Okay. There's some big shifts and changes coming for you, which is really good. And I feel like perhaps another course is coming your way as well, is what the angels are making you aware of. The angels are kind of giggling and saying she's the never-ending student, but they're also saying that it's about time that you actually start teaching about some of the things that you've learned as well. Oh, look at this card. Okay, so this is the Explore Your Options card. So this is from the Archangel Michael, and Archangel Michael is the archangel that steps forward to help us on our life path and our life journey. The angels, they're just making me aware that you're making many goals for yourself, and that's great. But they're saying that your timeline needs to be adjusted slightly because you're trying to do too much in too short of a period of time. And they just want you to recognize that you're going to put too much stress on yourself, and in order to alleviate that stress, you need to stretch your timeline just a little bit, okay? Like, and recognize that, you know, the goals that you're setting for yourself are wonderful goals, they're powerful goals, and you will achieve them. And you will be successful at them as well, they're saying. But they just want you to expand that timeline in your mind, because their timeline is different than your timeline. And I know to follow the angels' guidance because they always have our best interest at heart, okay? So, dear God, thank you for your wisdom and love, helping me see, understand, and assess all of my alternative options. Please guide me in the best direction for my health, happiness, and life's purpose, because I feel that stress, by trying to do too much into too short a period of time, it's really going to affect your health. And you don't deserve that. You deserve optimal health at all times, right? So readjust, explore your options, readjust your timeline for all of those goals and that you've set for yourself, and you will have optimal health and well-being, and you'll actually do a better job of each of those goals that you've set out for yourself. Okay, so I will leave you with that. Okay, let's see what else is here we have. Holly McHugh, hi, missing my father John so much lately, wondering if he had any messages for me. I hear your Father singing to you from heaven. I hear him coming through to you through song. That's one of the greatest ways that Spirit can connect with us. They will bring our attention to songs, and there'll be a word or phrase in the song that will really hit our hearts. And that's a sign that your Father is singing to you through song from heaven to you, okay? He's showing me 3 little hearts that he left behind. I'm seeing like a big heart and then 2 little hearts. And I feel like these are my loves, the loves of my life that I left behind is what he's making me aware of. He says to say that the month of July is very important, that he needs to recognize as well. I also see a horseshoe, and sometimes when I see a vision of an object like a horseshoe is just a horseshoe. It could also be a representation of something that was really important to your dad and to you when he was alive, okay? I feel like your daddy's little girl, because he's like singing that to me. He's singing it to me, which is kind of, it warms my heart, but it makes me chuckle a little bit too, because I love that song. I don't know if you listened to the Saturday Night Hoedown and have ever heard Daddy's Little Girl. If you haven't, you need to go to YouTube and you need to search that up, because it's absolutely beautiful. But he's calling you Daddy's Little Girl. He's showing me a vision in my mind, and this is a memory of his, one of his favorite, because I see like a little baby girl in my hands, and I'm like holding this little baby up and just kind of looking at it and looking at it like this, and then he starts like bouncing the little baby, and then he's like, he says to me, I did a lot of that when she was little, he says, and it almost feels like it did a lot of walking and anyway, were you colicky? I don't know if you were. I don't want to offend you, but it almost feels like he did a lot of walking with the baby. It's what he's making me aware of, okay? And he's smiling as he's telling me that, because that's a really fond memory of his, right? Oh, he's also making me aware, he's touching his wrist like this, like someone has my watch, okay? So making me aware of that as well. And I'm seeing like, I'm seeing like, I don't know if it's like a bus or what it is, but I see like a bigger vehicle, and usually that has something to do with either you or them and a career or a job that you did, okay? So I'm just making you aware of that as well. Okay, he makes me aware of a cross, and I feel like this cross is on the side of the road. And that could be him, or it could be someone else that's on the other side with him. So just making you aware of that, all right? I just want to make you aware that you are a very special girl. This has to tell you. He dries your tears. He tries to dry your tears because you're still crying tears for him, he says. And he shows me coming to the side of the bed and seeing the tears, and he tries to wipe the tears away. And as he's doing that, there's a song, a country western song that he's singing to me, and I can't quite get the name of it, but it's something about tears and wipe your tears and tears in my pillow. But it's a country western song, and I don't know if that was significant to you and him, but he is singing that to me. But as well as singing it, he's also, well, that's like, he loves to sing sing to you through song as a way to say hello from heaven. But that's a way that Spirit will reach out to us and make you aware that he's coming to your room at night and watching over you. And he says he is forever your protector from heaven. To remember that, please. He is forever your protector from heaven. And I'll leave you with that. Okay, all right, so as I look at the time, I see that we have come to an end. I want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. I'm going to send you off with so much love, so much light, and so many angel blessings for a powerful week ahead. If you know someone that could benefit from tuning in next Thursday night, please share, like, and share this video. And I so look forward to getting together with you again next Thursday night as well. Take care. Goodbye.